Morning everyone. So I thought I'd run through all the bits that I am going to use for this card, and I'm going to keep the card as simple as possible, but I wanted to do some technique type thing here. So if I just get straight into that, I'm using Lawn Fawn's duh-nuh stamp set, which has got this really cute little shark. So I've already done some watercolouring on it and die cut them. I use my scan and cut for that. I then have the word Jawsome die cut out of some letters, and to die cut those letters I used Lawn Fawn's Cole's ABCs for that. I also used, to create this panel, which has got all these funky waves and things, for this bottom wave here, which I don't know if you're going to be able to see as clearly. Just move this out of the way a bit. So for this bottom panel here, to create this wave, I used the Lawn Fawn Stitched Hillside borders, and I used one of the waves that are more wonky rather than sort of sloped to create that. I then used, these are Stitched Wave borders by Lawn Fawn as well, and I used all three of those to create this wave, this one, and the top one. And then what I did was, when I'd die cut those, and I actually ran them through my Gemini all at the same time, I just put some washi tape on to hold the dies in place where I wanted them. What I then did was I turned all these pieces over, put them together, they kind of fit like a puzzle, put some more washi tape on the back, and then used the A2, the largest of the large stitched rectangles, to die cut the edge, and so that I know it's the right size panel for an A2 card, and that way it's also got stitching all the way around. You don't have to do that, you can just, you know, get your dies, get these pieces cut, and then as you've inked them, just stick them to your card, you know, your card front, and trim the sides. So you could do it both ways. So I started with a piece that was probably about 5 by 7. Again, you don't have to do that. You can start with a piece that is 5.5 by 4.25, which is an A2 size, or you could just die cut the stitched rectangle first and then die cut the waves. That's probably the easiest way to do it. I just chose to do it the other way just to make things complicated, but either way will work exactly the same. So what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to, once I've told you about the ink, I will then do a speed through of colouring, and basically what I want to get is sort of a sunset colour at the top here, this top piece, which is your sky. Then I want 3 different shades of blue for the wavy bits, you know, of the water, and then the bottom panel I want to have as like the sand or the bottom of the ocean. So that's the idea behind that panel. So for my sand, I thought antique linen distress oxide was probably as close as I was going to get to that sort of very pale goldeny kind of sand. I didn't have any other colours that sort of spoke sand to me, so I'm going to go with Oxides, the antique linen for this one, that level. Then for the sea, or the water, I've got, let me just take these off, I've got Broken China for the top one. I've then got, for the middle one, I've got Salty Ocean, appropriate, and then for the next one down I've got Mermaid Lagoon, and I just kind of got them where I thought the colours would kind of blend from a darker to a lighter shade, but it's experiment, I think, most of the time, so we'll see how that turns out. And then I've got an ink dauber thingy for each one. You can use those little finger daubers as well, because these aren't massive panels, so you could probably do that as well, and I did think about using them, but I decided to just go with this. And then for the what will be the sunset type sky, I've got squeezed lemonade and ripe persimmon. I thought the two together hopefully will create that sort of sunset glow, or at least that's the idea anyway. So I think what I'll do is I will switch to a fast forward motion so you don't get bored and create the card, and then I will see you at the end. Yes, I think I'll do that. See you in a bit. So the last thing I want to do is just add some more shine and sparkle. So this is a Nouveau, what's it called? It's a Aqua Shimmer glitter gloss pen. It's basically like a, I've used it before, it's like a clear glitter shimmery kind of pen. So I thought if I put this on here, let that dry for a second, it doesn't take long to dry, and then I'm going to put some of their clear gloss over the top. So I always think that looks amazing. I love the shimmery underneath the glossy bit. And I think I need a new pen. So while this is drying, I will then take my, this is a Sakura jelly roll pen, a glaze pen, sorry, in black. I think that's just the name of the colour. It doesn't actually have the name of the colour on here, but it's a black glaze pen. And all I'm going to do is on their eyes, I'm just going to put some of this, just dot it on, and it just brings the eye out, enhances the little eye. Although that dude's eye is a bit wonky now, but that's okay. That's that. So I'll just bring that closer so you can hopefully see how the eyes are now suddenly a bit more. It raises it slightly and it gives it a slight shiny finish when it's dry. And then I don't know whether the camera's going to pick up the glimmer, but I'm now going to, it should be dry by now. I'm going to use some crystal glaze. I love this stuff. You don't even have to squeeze the bottle, it just kind of pulls out. So be aware of that. But I'm just going to add it to all the letters. And then when this dries, it'll have this lovely glossy, shimmery look to it, which I think for the ocean makes quite a lot of sense. I love the ocean. And like I say, I'm not even doing any squeezing, it's just kind of coming out. Quite nicely. So I hope this video was helpful for like a technique kind of thing for the background. Just if you don't have wave borders, that's not that's not an issue. You can either draw your own waves or just use what you've got, and sort of when the waviness of it is there, once you add all the colour and things like that, that will start to make it look more like waves. So yes, these are the shape of waves, but even if you just had a load of sort of this sort of shape at the bottom, it will still create that oceany kind of look depending on how you colour the image in, and all the panels in. So yeah, so let me just show you one more time. It's obviously still very wet, so it needs to dry, but hopefully you can see some of the shininess of it. So there you go, you are Jawsome. Thanks very much for watching. I hope that you'll come back for some more when I create more. So if you want to do that, then please subscribe and like the videos, and don't forget to hit the little notification bell that will let you know every time I create something crazy or fun or whatever I create. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!